Hey guys, Happy New Year. It is January 1st, 2019. Oh my God, long story short, I had to be put on different antibiotics because the two other ones I was taking, apparently the bacteria that I have is resistant to those antibiotics. So they had to put me on two different ones. And one of them has like a drowsiness warning. So I fell asleep last night, totally missed midnight. I fell asleep at like 9 p.m. And then I woke up at like 7 this morning, which, as you guys know, never really happens. But anyway, thought I would declutter my blushes. So I thought we would do that today. Like I've mentioned in my other declutter videos, I don't expect this to be like a massive savage declutter. I'm just going to get rid of ones that I don't really use, ones that I don't like anymore, ones that are too old. And I will be either donating or passing along to friends and family. I don't imagine any of these blushes I'll be actually throwing out because they're powder products, and I will be able to kind of pass them along, you know, sanitized. All right, so let's get into this. All right, so this was my bronzer drawer that we went through, and so my blushes are right underneath. You can see that I am overflowing, and these aren't even all my blushes. I have some more down here. This is kind of split between blushes and highlighters, and then I have more highlighters underneath, but we are not going to do highlighters today. That is a whole other crazy situation. So we're going to stick with blushes. I'm going to go back up to this drawer, and yeah, let's tackle this. These two Kogendo mineral blushes, I have pink and coral, I believe. Yeah, these are new to my collection and I really enjoy them. They're very soft and pretty, so I'm gonna hold on to these. This Edward Bess is also new to my collection. This one I ended up putting in this drawer because it ends up being like a blush on my skin tone. It's too deep as a highlight. So anyway, I'm gonna hold on to this. It's very pretty. I have a whole bunch of Chanel blushes. I don't believe I'm gonna be getting rid of any of these, although I have two of the burnt coral, and I think I should probably give one to a friend of mine. So let me pull that one out. Here is one. This one is one of those limited edition ones. It's so pretty. Look at that. Oh, here's Reflex. I love this one. There's so much weird not controversy, but like talk around this one. It's not like the old one. Is it, or is it not limited edition? I don't know. I think it is different from the original release of Reflex. I do think this is limited edition, but anyway, holding on to that. One of the tweed ones is another tweed blush. Oh, this is the blush that came out in the fall 2016 collection. I really love that color. Isn't that beautiful? And this must be the other burnt coral then. It is. So I should give them the better looking one. I feel like this one looks newer. So I will pass this along to a friend and hold on to this one. And then I have, oh, this is one of those split pan ones from Chanel. I had like a bronzer like this. Really pretty. Beautiful shade. And then, who are you? What are you? Oh, this was like the Kyoto Gardens. Do you see the like little flower embossing on there? Really pretty. This one is actually a little bit sparkly, so I don't use it that often. But I do like that one. So hold on to all of my Chanels. Oh, the Marc Jacobs. These are those air blushes. These were super popular when they first came out, and they are beautiful, beautiful blushes. This one is Lines and Last Night. I definitely use Flesh and Fantasy the most. That's the most neutral. Oh, Kink and Kisses. That is pinkier. And then this must be Flesh and Fantasy, which is the most neutral. And I was watching, I think her channel name is The Love of Makeup, The Love for Makeup, but she duped this for the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk, just FYI, if you are interested in that one. And I know that's been in and out of stock, it's limited edition, blah, blah, blah. You may want to pick this one up because it is pretty much a dupe for Pillow Talk. So I'm going to keep Flesh and Fantasy. I'm going to keep these both, actually, because I think they're different enough. All right, we're off to a splendid start. Okay, we're getting into some of my drugstore blushes, which it's just unfortunate I don't use. You know, if I have like a Chanel option, I am not going to reach for my Milani, which is, I don't know, I'm sure some people are going to leave me hate comments for that, but it's just the reality. So I'm going to pass these along. This one is Dolce Pink, and then these, oh, these I actually was not the biggest fan of. They're a little bit hard to pick up in the pan, I have to admit. These are the Color Harmony Bronze Burst. I just don't think they leave like enough of an impact. They're okay, but they aren't my favorites, so I don't feel bad about passing those along. So I'm gonna pass all of these along. And then, oh, here's that Flesh blush. So this was one of the few items I actually liked from the Flesh collection. It just has a really pretty bright color. So I'm gonna hold on to this. All right. This Edward Best we talked about, right? Oh no, this is the other one. This is the Threads of Silk. This one's very beautiful as well. It's a little bit hard to pick up, and I like to concentrate it right down the blush and the bronzer kind of colors. Anyway, very pretty. I'm going to hold on to this. This La Mer, this they called a bronzer. I use this as kind of like a blush topper, so that's why it's in this drawer. Really love this powder. This little highlight in here really gives everything like a beautiful sheen. So I'm gonna hold on to this. Here is one of the Natasha Duo Glows. This one is Alba, I believe. Yeah, so this is like the peachier one. Such a beautiful blush. I'm gonna hold on to that. And who are you? Bobbi Brown. This is, oh, this was actually a free gift. This is the Brightening Brick in pink. Haven't really used this too much. Just dug my nail into it right there. Anyway, haven't used this too much. I think maybe once or twice. It's very glittery, surprisingly. This is, I wonder if you can see that. Do you see how like glittery it is? I don't really like this, so I'm gonna pass this along too. I have my Hourglass trio here. Love this. This is the one from Nordstrom, the Nordstrom anniversary sale. So I'm gonna hold on to that. Let's see, some By Terry Sun Designer palettes. I love these Sun Designer palettes. So I'm gonna hold on to these and actually move them up to my face palette drawer, which is up here. Viseart. I think this is like the Plum Bronze blush palette. Yeah, really love this. I actually use it quite a bit. This Becca one, I never ever use this. But I got this because it had 3 blushes that I was interested in trying. Wisteria, Songbird, and Snapdragon. Ugh, I never ever think to use this. And all 3 of those colors, I'm sure I have several times over. So I'm gonna pass this along. This blush duo from Nars, I love because these are really unique shades. And I don't really have these shades anywhere else, so definitely gonna hold on to this. This I'm definitely gonna pass along. I got this because I thought this would just be a great one-stop shop kind of situation. I'm not a big fan of like the Benefit box packaging, so I thought let me just get this. I don't have to get all of those different boxes, but as you can tell, don't use this at all. So I'm gonna pass this along. Here's another one I'm going to pass along. I actually loved this one quite a bit. That one color, Hush, I used a lot, but I didn't really end up using the others too much. I used Angel a little bit, but Hush was the one that I just really liked, but it's really been a long time since I used Hush even, so I'm gonna pass this along. This blush palette from Urban Decay, I love. This was part of the Basquiat collection. This highlight is so stunning. The Now's the Time is so stunning, and I've been holding on to this whole palette just for that. But these other colors are really pretty too. Same with that blush. So I'm gonna hold on to this. I love the packaging too. I love Basquiat, so I'm gonna hold on to that. I spy a Viseart back here. So definitely holding on to this. This is the Rose Coral blush palette. And then these are some limited edition MAC blushes. I really wish they would come out with these colors like permanently. They are so beautiful. I love Robert Lee Morris, which was what this collaboration was a part of, so I just had to purchase. And I think the packaging is amazing. It's just really hard to store, so they're just going to continue sitting here. Then we have my Charlotte Tilbury blushes. I'm not getting rid of my Gucci blush. Actually, I have another Gucci blush somewhere that fits right in there. My Tom Ford blush duos. I think these are the blush duos. So here are the 3 duos. Really gorgeous. So I'm not getting rid of any of those. All my Tom Ford Cheek blush singles. Not getting rid of any of these. Just so you can see all of them here. They're so pretty. Love Lust, that one is probably the one I use the most. But there's all of them. So I'm keeping all of these. And then here's some other MAC blushes that I have. This was a beauty powder, Pearl Sunshine. This was part of that like firefly or lightning bug, like some fly and light collection, and this is very, very old, but I went in pretty hard with this, so I'm gonna pass this along. This is a interesting one. I almost said weird, but interesting is probably a better word. But this has that silver color in there. I think this was meant to be more of a highlight, but it was a little bit too, I don't know. It's definitely like an odd color. So I'm gonna pass this one along too. And then I have 2 Revolution blushes that actually I really like, and I don't have a lot of matte blushes. I really like sheeny blushes, as you can tell. So I think actually I'm gonna hold on to these. Surprise, surprise. And that is it for this drawer. Oh, I have some products up here that I can put away now. So let me put away these Kogan Dough. And then here's my Edward Bess. Here's the other Edward Bess. I think these, oh, they both can fit in there. Okay, so down here, we're gonna ignore all the highlighters. We're just gonna pretend they don't exist, okay? These are highlights, these are highlights. These are blushes. So these are those really interesting cream blushes from Decorte. Really pretty, really fun to use. And then I have one that's like a lilac. Yeah, this one ends up kind of being like a highlighter on my skin, but it's really just very cool. Like if you're looking to do a different look, but not something where you're uncomfortable, this is a nice one. And that's in the shade PU 150. Oh, these like light chasers from Becca. They could be like cheek or eye products. What is this? Champagne Dream Flashes Bellini. This one's really pretty, but I found the formula of these to be like different from their Shimmering Skin Perfector. I didn't find them to be quite as silky, and I never really use these. So I think I'm going to pass these along. This one is Pearl Flashes Gold. Yeah, I'm gonna pass these along. I never ever think to use these. So we have these Kiko Milano blushes. I actually don't even really like these. They're just, I don't know, they're just kind of boring on the skin. So I think I'm gonna get rid of these. And then this H&M blush. Oh, that's pretty. This is in Cameo Pink. You know what, I'm gonna move it up here. I feel like I haven't used this one because it was way back there, but I'm gonna move this up and see if I use it. This is the other Duo Glow that I just got on sale from Sephora. This is the pinkier one in Rayo. So I'm gonna hold on to that. This is the mini one. I'm gonna hold on to that. Highlighters, and then these are some MAC blushes. I really like these. These like extra dimension blushes are really pretty. I'm gonna hold on to those 3. This one is Blush Baby, and I have had this for, I want to say, at least 4.5 years. I don't really use it, as you can tell. It's nice. It's one of my few matte blushes, but I think I'm gonna toss that. Tarte blushes. I know people are gonna be upset, but I actually don't really like Tarte blushes. I find them hard to pick up. I don't find them very pigmented, so I'm gonna get rid of these. Some Estee Edit blushes. I'm not even gonna look. This line has been discontinued, and I'm pretty sure I have colors very similar to these. I'm going to donate these. Oh, maybe more of my blushes were on this side. Oh, everything's all mixed together. This blush highlight palette, this is okay. I'm gonna keep playing with this. I didn't like this as much as the contour palette in this collection. This is the Glow Face palette. Yeah, I'm gonna hold on to that for a little while. My Nars blushes, these are not going anywhere. Nars Madly is one of my all-time favorite blushes. It's like the perfect nude. So I'm gonna keep Lovejoy, it's a little bit darker. I'm gonna keep Impassioned, I really like. I'm going to keep, oh, my divider broke here. By the way, this divider is from Sunny Cosmetics. And then this is a duo. What's in here? Orgasm and Laguna. You know, I don't like Orgasm. You'd think I would like Orgasm. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of this one. And then, oh, here's a Dual Intensity. This one is so pretty. This one is Sexual Content. And you can use them wet or dry. But that one's cool, I'm holding on to that. My two Erdem blushes I'm keeping. This Lancome I'm gonna get rid of. I've been holding on to this, I don't know why, but it's like a deluxe sample. Oh, and I have some Becca blushes. Let's take a look at these. These were so pigmented that I found them a little difficult to use. Ugh, but I love those colors. This color is so unique. I'm gonna hold on to this one. And then this one is Tiger Lily, that one's Snapdragon. You know, I feel like they're really similar to my MAC ones. Okay, I just swatched these two on my arms. So the MAC on the left and the Becca on the right. Gosh, I think I like the Becca one more. The MAC has a lot more of a sheen to it, which I tend to really like, but the Becca also has a sheen. It's just not quite as like intense as the MAC one. Okay, I'm gonna keep the Becca one. And then there is the MAC on the left and the Becca on the right of those two. Those are actually pretty different. The MAC one is much peachier and the Becca one is orangey. But yeah, now that I'm like swatching these MAC ones, I feel like this MAC is almost too light. All right, I'm gonna get rid of this MAC one too and keep the Beccas. Okay, and then I have some more drugstore back here. These are those LA Girl blushes. These are okay. I don't feel like there's any longevity with them. They look pretty on the skin and then they're kind of not there. So I'm gonna donate these. Oh, I had another H&M hiding back there. Which one are you? Oh, deep brown. So there is deep brown, and then here's that cameo pink again. I think I like the deep brown more. They're so similar. Yeah, I like the deep brown more. It's a little bit more neutral. This is very like cool toned. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna donate the cameo pink and keep the deep brown. All right, I'm not gonna get rid of any of my Surratt blushes. That's these guys and all of this. And I'm not going to get rid of any of my Chantecaille blushes. I love them. Here's some, I love my Hourglass blushes too. So here's Mood Exposure. This was the first one I bought. Love that one. And this one is Diffused Heat, which is more of like a bright peachy color. So beautiful. Okay, those aren't going anywhere. And then I think this is the last of it. My Clinique Pop blushes. Is that what they're called? Cheek Pops. Oh no, there's more. What is back here? Oh, I have two more LA Girl blushes that are just such pretty colors, but like I said, they just don't kind of hang on to your cheeks for very long. So I'm going to donate these. I kind of have the same issue with these cheek pops as I do with the Tarte. I find them a little bit hard to pick up, but I do like the texture of them once I do get them on the brush. So I'm going to hold on to these. These are all really pretty. This one is Fig Pop. This one is Black Honey Pop. And then this one I think is Pink Honey Pop. So that is it for my blushes. I'm trying to think if I should try and organize this drawer, but I should probably do that after I go through my highlighters. So I'm just going to kind of leave this craziness as is. Let me put this back at least. So this is what we're giving away. Again, a lot more than I anticipated. think probably because I forgot I had most of these brushes. But yeah, I'm happy with that declutter. And I think I see some empty spots back there. So hopefully everything will be able to fit in these organizers eventually, one day. So that is it for this declutter. I hope you enjoyed it. I derive so much pleasure watching declutter videos. So I hope you guys have been having fun along with me. So give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. I hope you guys are enjoying your 2019. Subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video.